Finance and energy, I guess. Well, same old, same old.
You know that secret agent 520?
If I let go of it, it'll detonate in 5 seconds.
Don't even say that's a joke. Yeah, really.
When we know, as medics, and especially when we're in Brunswick, that the jobs are well needed. We need more paramedics, we need more unit hours. If you hadn't met with us, we would have told you and gave you the real stats, not what A and B gave you.
I met with your president
because she showed up.
With the two mayors.
Because she showed up.
Well, not invited.
I was told ahead of time that you were coming, and I didn't oppose the fact that she was present.
Okay, so but the facts are that ambulance is needed. Right? It's needed. Fredericton area only has 2 trucks on at night. They need that truck. They need it. It comes into Fredericton. It goes all over the province. Do you know how many calls that Chipman truck has done in Sussex? Has it done in Miramichi? I don't think you do.
Just like every other truck in the province, crisscrosses the province and
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Goes where needed. It's part of their dynamic deployment system.
Which is false. It stinks. You got 22 minutes. 22 minutes to get to Chipman. So if they're in Fredericton and they get a call back to Chipman, right? We roll the dice. They got 22 minutes to get back there. So is your child's life worth 22 minutes?
Look, there are established response times that have been existing.
But shouldn't we make it better? Shouldn't we try to get there in 12 minutes?
We might be able to make it better once we've balanced the books, but we've got a financial situation.
No. You're putting $650,000 on my son's life.
Well, look.
That's what you're doing.
We have $400 million that we have to
You caused that. I didn't. They didn't. They didn't cause it. Your government did.
But everybody needs to participate in finding a solution to the
I can find lots of solutions. Can we sit down and discuss your pension? Can we sit down and discuss your? Can we sit down and discuss your wages? Can we sit down and discuss your cabinet? You're cutting jobs in rural New Brunswick from paramedics that are needed. They're needed. We need more paramedics. We're telling you that. We weren't.
There are vacancies in the system. So we do need additional paramedics.
You're listening to
Well, you asked me out here, and now you won't give me a chance to speak.
Because
so do you want to hear what I have to say or not?
Sure, but you're going to tell your story. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the point I'm trying to make here is we're facing, as a province, not just with this particular issue, but look, we can't stick our head in the sand. We're facing a financial challenge as a province, and we have to ask everybody to participate in balancing the books, because it's going to affect everybody if we don't address this challenge. So now, when you look at the Department of Health, we have been trying to find ways within the Department of Health to find efficiencies, to do things better, to do with less. And Ambulance New Brunswick has made the suggestion that we can do with 1 less ambulance. There's still 3 ambulances covering that zone. There's still 3 ambulances covering Gagetown. Okay, well, if you look at the larger zone, there's 2 zones.
Chipman.
This is a medic from Chipman that's lost
That's the money you're laying off.
So you're telling me that it's Ambulance New Brunswick that tells you that they don't need the extra ambulance, correct?
That's the recommendation.
Well, when I talked to our president last Thursday, and he told us that it's you guys that are cutting the ambulance.
Right.
What do you have to say to that?
Well, the decision is ultimately ours, yes, as government, but it's based on a recommendation that Ambulance New Brunswick made to us that said that the call volumes and the response times could be met with 1 less ambulance in that region.
Did you know that there are times? Did you know that?
Let him speak.
Did you know that there are times where they do not record the times? Like
exemptions?
There are exemptions, and one of them is they say is distance. Now, when we say distance, let's say there's 2 calls in Minto and Chipman, and there's another ambulance that has to respond from Fredericton to Chipman, and it takes half an hour, way above the 22 minutes. It gets exempted because it's distance. How does that make sense?
Again, look, there are response times that have to be respected as part of the contract.
But they don't.
And they have to be respected. The formula is 22 minutes in rural New Brunswick 90% of the time.
But they don't record
so that does mean that it won't always be, okay? But you have to work on averages.
But they don't record. They're
not even recorded.
extended times.
Ambulance New Brunswick records the various calls that
But they don't record the ones that are distance because of poor coverage.
You need to look at it, sir. Re-look at it.
That's what's frustrating to us
Your
because they're
president
lying.
last week, when I met with your president last week, contrary to you saying I did not meet with her.
You met with
when
her,
I
but
met
she
with her
showed
last
up.
week,
You didn't want to
they
meet
gave
with her.
me some
Don't swing it
statistics.
your
They
way.
gave me some statistics, which we said we would take a look at. And ultimately, as a government, with the contract that we have with Medivie, if response times are not met, if call volumes are not respected, then we will have to make adjustments. That's standard across the province, not just in the Chipman-Minto situation. Okay, but as it stands right now, based on the call volumes, based on the response times, we're being told that we could make do with one less in that area. That's one ambulance.
I will tell you
There
right
are
now.
136 ambulances in the provincial
I'm gonna ask
fleet.
you right now,
We're
what
talking
did
about
they say?
taking one out of that.
What did they tell you would do for call volume? I'm just curious.
Look, I'm not going to get into the
No.
specifics of the conversations we've had. What
The reason I'm asking
is that they monitor the call volumes.
The reason-
they monitor the response.
The reason I'm asking is because when we got told that we were losing our jobs, we started recording stuff. Like all the calls we do, all the postings we do, everything. And in the last 3 weeks, 21 days, we have done 43 calls.
43.
That's 43 calls in 21 days. I don't know what numbers they gave you, but would it add up to that?
False numbers they gave you.
Your president gave me the numbers. We said we would review those numbers.
Re-look at
Have
it.
you reviewed them?
Please re-look at it.
We're
the guys on the ground.
Can you review them so I can try to keep my
I
job?
said to the president last week we would review those numbers and we would review them. The reason I came out here was first to listen because first of all, you were asking for me, so I came out. But to say that I refused to meet with you when I met with your president last
You
week.
didn't. No, you did not meet with her. You did not.
Sitting across from me in
Because she
the
showed up.
Message to the mayor of Minto and the mayor of Chipman that you
Yes.
would meet with them, but you did not want
And-
any union people there, or you would not have the
Yes,
meeting.
you were there, and you
Yes. And a little bird told me that,
Okay.
and I showed up.
Okay, so
I was
somebody
not
else must have been
invited.
sitting across from
So,
me.
I was
okay,
not
I'll put
invited.
you on the record now. Our union, Local 4848, would like to meet with you, sir, as a union executive on Monday morning. Whatever time you're available, we'll make ourselves available to discuss all the real, true facts of the Chipman issue and to discuss that truck and how we can keep that truck in rural New Brunswick, keep these people in their job, in their community. So are you willing to meet with us on Monday morning? I'm free.
It may not be Monday morning, but I have no issue with meeting with you, just like I met with
Tuesday?
your president last week.
Tuesday?
We will confirm a date and we will
No,
set up a
it has to be before June 17th.
Yeah, it'll be
He loses his
It'll
job.
be before June 17th.
You're
How's that?
firing him out the door.
I'm saying yes to your request. What more do you
Yeah,
want?
no, I'll be there.
Do they know that politicians are like do they know politicians do they know politicians are like psychiatrists? You're good listeners, but you don't do anything. Yeah. Do they know that?
You know, we had 4 years of that, Charles.
No, but do they know that,
4
Vito?
years of
You
all
will
work
listen
government.
to them, but
4
you won't
years
do
of
anything
all work
about it, right?
government.
Right?
4 years of all work government.
Charles,
You
I'm
won't-
committed to meeting with them. What more do you want?
Okay, good. Roger.